Mawarire, guys. It's been a while since we've had a conversation. But nasi ndatinimboya nditaure nenyaya yekuti Pastor E vakadzoka kuZimbabwe. And I know a lot of you know that I've been one of the greatest critics to Pastor E. But over the past few days, over the past month, I've had some time to reflect. I'm one of those people that says, if Pastor E was influenced by any forces outside Zimbabwe to cause any form of upheaval in Zimbabwe, a court of law must prove that, and after proving that, justice must take its course. However, the fact that Pastor E vakauya vakasungwa, after vasungwa, a court decided that masungirwa wanga vaita was not constitutional, was not legal, concerned me. Because chavakasungirwa chi chakasungirwa Pastor E if it was not done in a constitutional manner. Who gave the directive yekuti Pastor E asungwe if it was not done nemutemo? And now we see a postponement of his case again and again in the courts of law. But yet our government has had more than a year to prepare a case, if indeed there is a case against Pastor E. And the question is, why is that case not being brought to court if our government has got the evidence that they say that they have? Now, as a critic, I am going to criticize Pastor E. And a person who's beginning to become skeptical of what is happening in the system, another question comes to my mind. Why was Pastor E arrested illegally? Why has Pastor E got charges over his head, and yet there is nothing happening in order for him to be brought to justice if indeed he was trying to subvert the government of Zimbabwe? And those actions that are being taken, in whose interest are they that Pastor E be persecuted, prosecuted in this manner that seems not to have direction? Is that in the interest of Zimbabwe? Who are the people behind it? And what are their intentions? These are the questions I've begun to ask myself. And over the period that I was critical over Pastor E, I made a lot of friends who have been talking to me about the situation that is in Zimbabwe. I hate imperialism. But imperialism iri kufacilitatewa nevanhu vemugovernment yedu who are allowing foreign powers to continue to take advantage of Zimbabwe because of their own decisions that are not made in the interest of Zimbabwe, but decisions that are being made in the interest of individuals. We are being told, even by staunch ZANU-PF supporters, that the problem in Zimbabwe is that there is now an individualism and a greed in the individuals that sit in our government. I'm one of those people that said I would never criticize my government, the institution. However, the individuals, the people that are putting up actions like arresting Pastor E without evidence, arresting Pastor E without due process, are some of the people that are sabotaging the struggle and the revolution of Zimbabwe by self-interest. People that are doing things that are not within our constitution. People that are taking unilateral actions as if Zimbabwe is a royalty, is a monarchy. Vachita zvavanoda, vachisunga vanhu, vachiharasa vanhu, stopping people from enjoying the benefits of what it is that we went to war for. Our parents went to war, came back, and gave us certain rights that Ian Smith denied us, and then this very same government and individuals in that government are making sure that they institute the same laws that were instituted under Ian Smith. They are allowing imperialism to perpetrate itself in Zimbabwe for self and individual interest. I say that these are the enemies of the state of Zimbabwe. When I say I hate imperialism, when I had an issue with Pastor E on the assumption that he's being sent by imperialists, part of those that are administrators of imperialism are the very same people that are abusing the rights of people like Pastor E, arresting people, beating people, trying to stop people from having a voice. And those indeed are the enemies of Zimbabwe. These are the people that are dividing our nation. And when I say I fight imperialism, and I don't look at such people, I don't look at these individuals in our government that are dividing the nation, that are dividing the people, that are creating systems that are not a part and parcel of what we went to war for, those are the enemies of Zimbabweans. This division must stop. And I will be the first to say, if Pastor E is exonerated, I will apologize for some of the statements that are made. I will apologize for being wrong to make the wrong assumptions. And I'm already beginning to feel that there was a problem with my assumptions because of how our government is taking so much time to take this case forward. Why did they arrest him? Why didn't they follow due process? But I am happy that our judicial system has shown that it works. I am happy that our judicial system has been making rulings that are based on the law and the Constitution and not individual interests. A nation of individual interest is the reason why we are suffering as Zimbabweans. A nation in which a few individuals are running the country like their own private businesses is the reason why Zimbabwe is suffering. Every other day I come to you and I blame each and every Zimbabwean for us being a part and parcel of why Zimbabwe is being destroyed. However, we also need to look at our leaders and their interests. Do they have the interests of Zimbabwe at heart, or do they have the interests of their own selfishness at heart? Any government official that is selfishly running his own agenda in government is an enemy of the state. Any government official who is following his own self-interest is a national security risk to the nation. It is those people that are allowing imperialists, countries like the UK and the United States, to continue to institute laws that are punishing Zimbabweans because of individuals that have self-interest in justifying some of the sanctions that have been put upon Zimbabwe. Those sanctions might be illegal, but as long as they are government officials that are serving individual interests, that are causing problems, that can justifiably allow foreign nations to put sanctions on us, they are sabotaging our cause. So I say, going forward, we wait and see how Pastor E's case comes through. And if Pastor E comes out that it can be proved that he was trying to subvert the government of Zimbabwe, we need to unite around a cause. Because the individuals that are trying to persecute him, the individuals that are not following the laws of Zimbabwe, are actually anti-Zimbabwean, are actually anti-revolutionary, and they're actually an enemy of the state of Zimbabwe. So we need to start forming a unity around a cause that is only for the interest of Zimbabwe and not the interest of individuals. Our government is not the problem. It is the individuals within our government, the leaders within our government that are not leading Zimbabwe, but they are leading their own private affairs that are a problem. So going forward, I'm going to be watching this with great interest. And all I'm interested in is the interest of Zimbabwe and not the interest of individuals that are trying to serve themselves. And it doesn't matter which of our leaders are serving themselves. All those leaders that are trying to serve their own self-interest at the expense of the Zimbabwean child, at the expense of the Zimbabwean widow, at the expense of the Zimbabwean family, and causing division for their own self-interest, taking money out of Zimbabwe and banking it overseas, those people are an enemy to the struggle, and they're an enemy to the revolution that Zimbabwe is on. They are the reason why the land redistribution is not working, because they're serving self-interest instead of serving the interest of the Zimbabwean. They're not making sure that that land is given to the right people and it is used by the right people, used by every Zimbabwean for the benefit of every Zimbabwean, because they are utilizing it for their own self-interests. Those are enemies of the state. And what I understand is that the army, Central Intelligence Organization, and all security arms should be looking out for individuals that cause a national security risk to the country. They should be looking at such individuals, rather than us bothering people who we arrest wrongly and people that we cannot bring a case upon in the courts. I also say that for you, individuals, citizens, civilians, those of you who are also participating in activities that are of self-interest, you are as equally liable. You are as equally responsible for the position where Zimbabwe is in. And it is time that we all introspect how it is that we're contributing to the cause of Zimbabwe. Let's not be like the very same leaders that we have issues with. Let's not be like the very same people that say are serving self-interest. All of us must work towards a Zimbabwean cause, a cause for a collective. That's what we should be working towards. Thank you.